Hello and welcome to the Mortal Kombat Minute, the podcast where we analyze, criticize, and memorialize the 1995 film Mortal Kombat, one storytelling minute at a time. I'm Phil Casper from philcasper.net.
I'm Spanish from GameFixShow.com.
And we are on minute number 20.
Ooh.
The minute starts with Sonya Blade asking from whom they're defending the world, and ends with Rayden explaining the essence of Mortal Kombat.
Now, from the last minute, she was cut off. Sonya is what I say. But there's only one she in this scene. It doesn't matter. You hear what I'm saying. So the line that she was cut off was she was defended from who? Although all we got when the last one was what? Deaf.
Deaf. Yes.
Deaf. So in this one we got fended from who? Really, but he put it together. Yes, defend it from who? And she's actually asking Rayden this question, because
she's still clueless.
Yeah, well, I mean, wouldn't you be? I would be like, what the heck's going on? But the last minute, Rayden did say, you have embarked on a sacred mission and have been chosen to defend the realm of Earth in a tournament called Mortal Kombat. Like we said before, which is the first time it was mentioned, Mortal Kombat, the phrase.
Right.
So, and then that's where we start, Sonya asking, defend it from who?
And continuing from like Sonya's perspective, though, like she was just running onto this boat to find a murderer. She was not expecting to be a part of this world-saving tournament.
Well, it turned out she was duped to going in that boat. How about that? Who saw that coming, right?
Some would say Shang Tsung.
Yeah, probably. Or I was gonna say Kano, but no, it is Shang Tsung. It was
trying to keep you consistent. That's it.
Yeah. Okay. Well, anyway, so then Rayden, when after Sonya asks defend from who, says, and I love the way he talks. Can we talk about that for a second? Because I don't think we have. I think we mentioned it the last minute.
Like the style that he talks, or just the way with words that he has.
I think both.
Okay.
I think we could actually say both, because, like, I mean, it's that kind of raspy, serious.
Yeah,
I don't even know. I don't even know.
I wonder, like, did Rayden have like a few packs of smokes a day, like to prepare for this role, or or to prepare for this, like speech that he's about to give? I don't know.
Electricity that's going through his throat. I don't know.
You're in a world of Mortal Kombat. No,
well, also let's talk about what he's wearing, because that we haven't really talked about it. We've been talking about what Shang Tsung's wearing. We've been talking about, but like he's wearing something totally different that we haven't seen.
Yeah.
As far as like any of the prior scenes that he was in. Prior scenes that he was in, he was wearing like these ratty robes, with the rice hat.
Yeah, the coolie hat.
Mm-hmm. Coolie hat. I can never remember. But now you see him and his hair is nicely brushed, and he's wearing like it's almost like he like put on his nice robe in this case. But obviously he could take any form that he really wants to.
He's Rayden the White.
Rayden. Oh, I like that.
There we go.
None shall pass. It's nothing like that. That's a different move. But then Rayden does say, like, I guess we can get to the actual line after Sonya says, "Defend it from who?" He says, "Your world is but one of many realms. One of them is forsaken. One of them is a forsaken land called Outworld, ruled by I can't talk tonight. Ruled by an immortal who has crowned himself the Emperor. Now he seeks a new world to conquer and enslave." Okay, so obviously that is pretty much the gist of Mortal Kombat as far as like the storyline goes. So it was finally conveyed to us, so now we know exactly what's going on, to a point.
Right, and once again we hear this ominous title, the Emperor. We don't know exactly who that is, but if you're familiar at all with the Mortal Kombat storyline in general, like the games at all, we know that this Emperor is Shao Kahn.
Shao Kahn, right?
Even though he's not really named directly in
he's really never. They just refer to him as
the Emperor. That's it.
Because that's the way he refers to himself. So.
And this line, the line from Rayden when he's explaining that, hey, your realm is just one of many, and that got me to thinking, like, actually, how many realms are there in this Mortal Kombat universe? Do you know?
I think there's 5. I want to say 5. You're putting me on the spot, but I think there's 5. I could look it up real quick.
From what I saw on okay, so from someone on Reddit, we all know how reliable that is. They said 6, but I went on to the Mortal Kombat fandom wiki. They have there listed as canon 8 full ones. There are technically more, but that they've been already absorbed by Outworld, so I'm considering those as part of the Outworld.
Let me see if I can get this, because I've played other games that had different realms in there. Obviously, Earth Realm.
Correct.
And he mentioned Outworld.
Yes.
Nether Realm, which is like pretty much hell, right? I mean, I think that's the way to even look at it.
Yes.
Adenia.
Yes.
Yep. Okay. Yeah. Well, it's like I remember games playing. You know.
So you got half of them.
Okay. Shoot. Chaos Realm.
Okay. There's a 5th. Yeah.
Oh, that is one. Okay. I think that was over the total. Yeah. And I don't remember.
So
after that, so what I get 5?
Yeah, you got 5. So that's actually pretty good. That's way more than I could have.
Oh, the Order Realm. I know that one.
There you go. Okay. Yep. 6.
That's fun. That's 6. Okay, cool.
So now you have 6. Okay, cool. And they considered one as heaven or the heavens.
Oh.
There's that one. And the final one, which actually I don't know whether it should be considered, but it's the dream realm where Freddy Krueger's domain is.
Well, they had to kind of like almost make that up. Okay. But I think
that's a technicality.
Yeah, the reason why I remember those realms is because it was in Mortal Kombat Deception, where you actually had to travel to each realm.
Okay, well,
so and that's why I remember those. But yeah, the other 2, heaven. I guess that works. Yeah.
So the only reason really why I wanted to bring this up.
Yeah,
was because
I'm actually surprised I knew so many. So
I'm very impressed. Let me tell you what. As someone who learned this just not even 24 hours ago, whenever I was researching this, I was like, okay, this is crazy that you know that many. But the whole reason why was because I was going down this rabbit hole while I was doing research for this minute, and I found in the Nether Realm section, I was reading up about each realm, and in the Nether Realm, I saw a symbol that looked familiar from a few minutes ago.
The door?
And so I'll put it on the screen, but I don't know if you can so I can describe the symbol for you, but it is it's kind of a triangle with a circular top on top of that triangle, and 2 horned items coming out of the sides of the triangle like claws.
And what is it?
And it came from it was from minute number 17, that symbol on the door that we were describing earlier. I thought it was that. It was a Kami Dogu.
Okay. All right.
So, so with a little bit additional backstory, we're getting really deep into the backstory of Mortal Kombat here, but the Kami Dogu is actually one of the artifacts, if I'm remembering this correctly, of the elder gods that actually created the entire universe in the Mortal Kombat universe.
Yep.
So that may be it may actually be a nod, that symbol on the door may actually be a nod to this Kami Dogu symbol that I found in the Nether Realm.
Okay. Yeah, I can give you that.
I don't know. Like there we go. I just saw that, and that's immediately where my mind went to. But anyway, that's minute number 17. We're in minute number 20 now. So I'll get back off we've definitely digressed. So let's get back from the weeds here, back on the boat.
Yeah.
We mentioned last minute, but the boat, and you I think you were going to mention that the boat was still not moving.
Still not rocking. But you can see the lanterns kind of sway back and forth.
And the camera itself is making up for the motion. Like the cameraman is actually moving the camera kind of like ever so slightly back and forth to give us some sort of sense that, oh, the boat is actually moving. Wink, wink.
Interesting. Okay. Yeah. Well, I mean, it's almost like not much else they can do. I mean, obviously they didn't have like a platform that swayed back and forth, so it is what it is. I think.
Right. And while Rayden is doing this explanation, we have a shot of just Johnny Cage,
Mhm.
and he's trying to take all this in, and he finally just asks, "Now wait a second. If this guy is so powerful, why doesn't he just invade us?"
Which is a great question because I mean, but he doesn't know. So obviously, the next line kind of fills in the watcher as far as what's going on. And you go ahead. It
And
sounds like
I can't remember like what type of writing this is, but like it's where like the characters themselves are filling in the backstory through the dialogue, through the conversation that they have.
yeah.
And I mean, it in a way, it definitely works because whenever I was first watching this movie myself, I had the exact same question about this time, and I'm like, oh, thank you for asking for me, Johnny Cage. Why
Exactly.
doesn't he just invade us?
Well, and then this is what he says. He says to enter the realm of Earth, the emperor's demon sorcerer Shang Tsung and his warriors have to win 10 straight victories in Mortal Kombat. Now, right after he says that, I love it because he then laughs. It's almost like a shoot me type thing. You know what I mean? Like and it just so happened they've won 9. This will be the 10th tournament. So
Right. And I love during that explanation, there's like a short shot of Lou as he's like just eating this up, like he and it shows like he has like almost a look of almost panic on his face or just kind of concern. You can also see him swallow, I
oh
think,
yeah, his
while
Adam's apple is working
yeah,
overtime at some point. Yeah, I noticed that.
because like now he like fully believes that he finally accepts Raiden for the god of thunder that he is.
Oh yeah.
And now he's like, oh no, then that means all this Mortal Kombat stuff is real too. That means like, oh, this is the real deal. The Earth realm is at stake.
Yeah, and then of course Sonya she's not really believing much as far as like what's going on, right? Although she has seen somebody freeze a gun and break it, and like all these weird
Right.
things happen. But then Sonya, it's a very famous line from the movie actually, and she goes, "A handful of people on a leaky boat are going to save the world," and of course Raiden answers with, "Exactly."
Exactly.
Which is like I said, probably one of the greatest lines in the whole movie.
Oh yeah,
Um,
I love it.
I know that line has been used in music, in you name it. We've heard that so many different times. But it's so funny because right after he says exactly, you hear like an ominous like strings, like the music kind of starts up,
Yep.
and he starts explaining. Really, he says the essence of Mortal Kombat is not about death, but life, mortal men and women, and then that's where he gets cut off.
Right. Yep. That's where the minute ends.
That's
But
it.
I like kind of like the shift and the philosophical tone that happens with Raiden trying to impart some knowledge
Right.
about what Mortal Kombat is really about, which I'm still struggling to get it to at this point though. At least
Well,
for this minute. Maybe I'll understand a little bit more for the next minute.
yeah, especially if you don't know what the heck's going on and you've never seen this movie
Right.
before.
Exactly.
But I would say if you didn't know what was going on and you just saw this part, it's very intriguing because you're like, what does that even mean? Like, what kind of tournament? What are we talking about here? So. But I guess that's what we're all gonna find out in the upcoming minutes.
We are definitely setting the stage, and we're getting a lot of backstory filled in, and a little bit more, I think, in the next minute. I hope we'll
Say so.
see what Raiden has to say next time.
Oh,
But that
next time on the Mortal Kombat.
yeah. Was there anything else you
Actually,
wanted to add?
no. That's the last note I had. So.
Okay. All right. Well, I guess maybe you were right. Yeah. Thanks so much for listening. I'm Phil Casper.
I'm Spanish.
We'll see you next time on the Mortal Kombat Minute.
Minute.